watching the Livewell, presented by Mercury, exclusively on Bassmaster.com.
Hey, welcome to the Livewell. It is looming very, very close. Right around the corner, the final regular season event for the Bassmaster Elite Series. We are going again to one of the great smallmouth fisheries in the United States, Lake St. Clair, that 20-mile bowl, 20-mile diameter bowl of shallow water there between Lake Huron and the Detroit River on its way to Lake Erie. And let's talk now to a guy who has done his time on Lake St. Clair and more, the one and only Mark Zonazzi. Thank you so much. Joining us lakeside yourself there in the state of Michigan, so it's also appropriate.
Yeah, well, exactly right. We're only a couple hours away, Tommy, from Lake St. Clair, and really coming off of, you know, the true smallmouth bonanzas that we had at St. Lawrence River, we had at Lake Champlain, even though largemouth played by the end of the event. Obviously, you know, we're going to have another smallmouth dominated tournament at St. Clair, and every event that we've covered up there together, it's do you stay or do you go? Do you run up to Lake Huron? Do you go to Lake Erie? That is always the major question when we go to St. Clair events.
Yeah, it was Chris Lane back in 2012, I believe, 2013, I believe it was, the last time we were there. Todd Faircloth in Lake St. Clair proper, and of course Aaron Martin's on his way to a Toyota Bassmaster Angler of the Year. May have had the fish to win up in Lake Erie, but he couldn't quite get it all together on the way back. So what's your call? Where's it going to go down? Where's the winner going to win?
I'm going to go, if you're really to look at how St. Clair's fishing this year, and I always say, whoever can get to Erie, if you can get to Erie 4 days in a row, which Aaron Martins did a couple years, and some other anglers got there. I remember Mark Davis having a great tournament, Takahiro Omori, making it out there 4 days in a row. That is so hard to do, to make it out there for 4 days. It is high risk, high reward, but I think St. Clair is going to be the major player. Going off of the information that I know right now on that lake, St. Clair is fishing very, very good and getting better potentially the next few weeks with the weather that we have going on right now. I think it's going to be a St. Clair dominated event, and I honestly think very few guys that make a run are going to be in our top 12.
All right, well, good. And coming from you, that's good, solid speculation right there. Let's jump into the pool of wild speculation right now. Let's look at Toyota Bassmaster Angler of the Year points, and Brandon Polnick with a 40-point lead over three guys who are in a virtual tie: Jacob Wheeler, Casey Ashley, and Jason Christie. I want you to think about those four names and give me an up or down arrow for St. Clair if you can assign one to one or all of them.
I think Brandon Polnick's just, I think he's a wrecking ball right now. You know, I really think the tournaments that, gosh, man, I think he even said it himself that Champlain was kind of the X factor for him. But the thing is, the other guys caught him. The Jacob Wheelers caught him. The Jason Christie caught him. Ott caught him. I really think it's gonna come down by the end of this thing. I think it's gonna come down to Wheeler and Polnick. I really do. I think both of them have done their homework. They know the bodies of water pretty well that we're going. St. Clair, especially Mille Lacs. I think those two are it's going to come down to one of those two, and I will tell you, thumbs up. I guess I'm like Dave Mercer, and I'm on the Brandon Polnick train.
Okay.
What do we call him? The prodigal?
The prodigal.
I don't know.
The polodical. Yeah. All right. Well, Z, one thing I'm looking forward to is our Bassmaster live coverage of this tournament. The tournament's from the 24th to the 27th of August. You are going to be on site. You're going to be basically doing what Davey was at Lake Dardanelle. You're going to be on the water. That's an animal pelt right there, isn't it? It's very, very, very nice.
It is.
Yeah, very nice. They're in the cottage, and you're going to be on the water. And following these guys, and we're going to see where it's going down, and I look forward to that a whole lot. I love having you in that role out there in the water.
We are going to be. I'm going to have the boat up there, and Kerry Barrett, the cameraman, and we are going to cover. Our goal is to cover 400 to 500 miles on the water that week. At least that's my goal right now, Tom.
I love that. I love that. And if any man can do it, Absolutely you. The great Mark Zona giving us our preview of Lake St. Clair, the final stop on the Bassmaster Elite Series 2017. Thank you, Z.
Thank you, friend, and we'll see you with the next live.